Hey everybody, welcome. It's Karen Lanou here from the Law of Attraction Center, and I have Wendy Holmdahl with me today. And I'm so excited because Wendy and I have been working together for quite some time now. And Wendy, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so excited to be here, Karen. Thank you.
Yay, yay. So Wendy, when you first started with me and you first came to me, what was the purpose? Like, what problem did you want to solve? What was kind of going on for you at that point?
At that time, it was about 4.5 years ago. It was in 2013. I was kind of just sticking my toe into the pool of the law of attraction. And so, Karen, I'd been watching your podcast and listening to you, and I just felt such a connection, just an energetic, resonance with you. So I decided to just go for it, and I contacted you. My goal at the time was, to bring in more financial abundance. And I was in a kind of an uneasy relationship that I was not comfortable in, and I felt stuck, a love relationship, and I felt like I was unable to get out of it by myself. Right. And so, you worked with me on that, and I learned a lot about myself and about, just working with the energy of the relationship to change it so it wasn't scary to me, and like it had been, and numerous, mostly that, and that's when we got started.
Sure. So do you remember, like, in the first little bit, what happened for you? Because I share a lot of information right off the start. So do you remember, and I know it was a while ago, but so do you kind of remember, because I think things happen for you very quickly. Things change for you very quickly.
Yes. The number one thing is I very quickly, rapidly got out of the relationship.
Right.
And it was, and at the time I wasn't saying I need to get out of this necessarily. I just needed to change.
Right.
And it ended up changing, and I was out of the relationship, and I was very grateful for that. And then I just started to very quickly have more financial opportunities come my way, and I felt just more confident right off the bat. Like, yeah. I, for the first time, realized and understood that I was in control of my life and the direction that it was going, that it wasn't just some unknown force out there that had control over everything. I could choose what I wanted and make that happen.
Right. Yeah. That's so cool. I mean, that's such an amazing journey, right? And so to come to that so quickly is awesome, right? So leaving the relationship, that was a good thing?
Very. It was a necessary thing.
Right. Right. Yes. And I asked just because, sometimes people I might be worried about, well, if I work with Karen, is like everything is everything going to just break up? And that's not my role. My role is actually to help you just come to a different perspective. So you're actually being in choice, right? As opposed to
the relationship was in tatters, right? To begin with. And I felt powerless, and I felt helpless, and I was scared.
Yeah.
And so working with you helped me get my power back.
Right.
And so, and I could have taken that, I could have taken the power and tried to fix the relationship, which you and I have done, subsequently. I've, been in, another relationship where your advice, you didn't advise me either way, but with what I was taking from it helped me to work on the relationship. In this case, in that first instance, it was, it empowered me, helped me empower myself to get out of the relationship.
Right.
Because it was so negative for me.
Right. And you gave yourself permission to do that.
I did. Yeah. I did. And I learned how to get off I just will always remember that sticky energy you and I talked about, and just to clear that out. And I felt like I wasn't being controlled anymore. And it was a wonderful feeling to clear out the gunk.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Awesome. That's so great. That's so great. Well, so how's your life changed since then?
Oh, I've had a lot of changes since then. I have since I started working with you, I've had 2 new vehicles, one that I purchased and then traded in and got a newer vehicle that I like more. I'm in a newer home that I love. I'm not at a point where I want to own a home, but my rental house is gorgeous. It's one of the nicer homes that you could rent in the town I live in. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And I have, I've gone to massage school. So I have a thriving massage practice. I believe that I'm healthier physically and definitely emotionally. Yeah. I am so much more, what's the word I want to say? I just feel, like I said before, like I'm much more in control of my life. And if I see something, I notice something that needs work, I work on it.
Right.
And, you know, we do some clearings and I use the tools that you've given me over the years. And I say, okay, well, everything this is, let's change that. And it works.
Yay. So, yay.
Yes.
Yay. Well, and so what do you think overall, what are your biggest wins?
Oh, my biggest wins, honestly, this is kind of an emotional area, but when it's hard to say that it's a win, but I know that you'll understand this. When my mom got sick and she was dying of lung cancer, we worked together a lot, as you remember, Karen, yeah. Because I had struggles around our relationship in the first place.
Yeah. And
then to have her sick was, you know, it just compounds the struggle and it compounds the feelings, you know, of guilt and anger and all the things. And so you and I talked quite a bit during that. It was about a 4-month window. And the biggest win was being able to set aside, I would say, like my childish thoughts and my negative feelings toward my mom so that I was able to really cherish her last months with me.
Yeah.
And then also, you know, after she passed away, I was able to just turn my grief and acknowledge my grief and be able to comfort my children and comfort myself and just know. I just had a knowing that something so deep inside, it wasn't from me, you know, it was a universal knowing that she was in a better place.
Yeah.
That the things that were negative about our relationship were gone. Yeah. The things that the negativity I felt about myself based on that relationship were gone.
Wow.
And it was because of that and because of being able to let all that go that I was able to turn around and go to massage school and move into my newer home and buy my vehicle that I just, you know, my cute little Jeep that I love. All of those things I believe, have come about. I don't know if I had that negative energy that had surrounded my relationship with my mom before. I don't know where I would be right now.
Wow. That just gives me tingles, you know, because yes. that's a huge thing. Again, when our parents are kind of getting to the end of their lives, and we've had this, you know, often for so many of us, we have such an odd relationship, right? Or it's just like, there's just this crap that's there. And so to be able to eliminate that and leave, you know, and leave all of this on a much better footing. It's just, and let it go and just with love and that's so awesome. That is so wonderful.
And, you know, and I was able to care for her through her end of life, which in turn gave me the confidence to try massage therapy, because beforehand I was like, oh, you know, I like the idea, but sick people. And, you know, I was in hospitals. I experienced all of the things that I had been afraid of before. And so what you had taught me, Karen, is that everything happens for a reason. And to take the things that happen, and it doesn't mean that bad things happen, it happened to you for a bad reason. But it's to take those things and learn from them and say, okay, what is the positive that came out of this experience for me? And for me, with my mom's sickness, one of the main things was to be able to, help somebody going through an ordeal.
Right.
And, now when I go into an emergency room with someone or a hospital room, like my dad was sick this last summer, it didn't freak me out. I didn't feel like I was going to pass out. I was able to walk in and confidently be his advocate.
Right.
And with my mother, I learned that through that experience. Beforehand, I was terrified I didn't know what was going to happen. And the first time we walked into the big hospital in Colorado, I thought I was going to pass out and I had a panic attack. And so, but you've taught me to just turn that around. And what would it look like if that wasn't a scary thing? What are you getting from that? Yeah. And so that's what I was able to do. And that is a gift that is, I hope I can just pay forward to other people.
Right. Awesome. So, awesome. That's amazing.
Yes.
I know there was another thing that you told me that also just made my heart just swell. It was just, it was around Christmas and you talked about your kids and.
Yeah. Yes. This year at Christmas, I still think about this. This year at Christmas, I was able to give my kids the things I wanted to give them for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because it's not like I was able to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, or that I would have even if I had it. But things just came to me. The way that I was able to give the Christmas presents, it was amazing. I traded a massage or something for my daughter. And then there were just all sorts of awesome little, the little universe, God winks or whatever you might want to call them, that I was able to just put it all together and do this great Christmas for my kids, whether it be the gifts and the turkey that I made that turned out really great because I found a YouTube video with this gal that makes great turkey. Let me know if you need the recipe. It's phenomenal. Just all these things, and just Christmas was magical this year. And I just, as always, credit my relationship with Karen for that. So thank you, Karen.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm choking up.
I know. Me too.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome.
Great.
Not that we're choking up, but it's so awesome. That what's your experience with your kids? Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna edit this part out.
Okay.
As I hack up my lung up. All right, one more drink of water and then we're
okay.
On.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Are you crying?
I get willed up because it's so amazing. But
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. We're back. So Wendy, all those things are amazing. So you got out of a relationship that wasn't working for you. You your money situation started to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got a couple of new cars, you've got a new house, you were able to deal with your mom and her end of life situation, which has then prepared you for also all kinds of other things in terms of, with your dad and whatnot. And you have added a new career to your life, right? Like in terms of becoming a massage therapist. So and then again, just having this ability then to also, be able to have and create the things for your kids that you've wanted to create. And you also said, and I think this is also such a key thing, is just that confidence that comes with that, and just the understanding the power that you have in terms of controlling your life. So did I miss anything? I mean, that's literally all pretty spectacular things.
It is all pretty awesome. The one thing that I want to add is that one of the things that, and you and I worked on this quite a bit. My relationships that I have, instead of just hoping that everything's going to turn out okay, I've also been able to, when I meet a man that's not probably the right man, I'm starting to be able to recognize that at the beginning.
Yay.
That's a win, huge win.
Yes.
Instead of letting it drag on. And I still do that every once in a while because I'm stubborn. But that's also something, I'm learning to listen to the little voice in my head, the quiet voice, not the voice that screams, no, you can do this, which is my ego. It's the quiet voice, my soul voice that's saying, but maybe there's a different way.
Right.
And so that has been really great for me, is to be able to just honor my soul and not just the things that are going on in my brain.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes. Coming into that awareness of yourself and connection with source, universe, God, whatever that is just that for you, that's so key to having a much happier and better life, and just being able to navigate it all so much better.
Yes. Yeah. It's great.
Yay. Well, so is there anything else? I mean, I'm going to ask you one more question, but is there anything else before we wrap up that you think people should know?
About working with you?
Yeah, about working together and about the process and all that.
Well, I think my favorite thing about working with you, Karen, is that of everyone in my life, you have no judgment. You just accept me. I feel your love. I feel you just want the best for me in a non-judgy, non-preachy way.
Yeah.
I am comfortable telling you the deep truths that are inside me that I don't necessarily want everybody to know, the ucky stuff, because you don't judge it and you help me release it.
Wow.
And I think everybody needs an advocate like that in their life.
Yeah.
And you are my favorite one. And I just would recommend anybody to work with you, because you're able to take what I felt was ucky and I was ashamed of, and now I'm not ashamed of any of that, because I can, we've turned it into something different, or we've released it or whatever. And so being able to walk around without that shame and without the feeling judged is so much more freeing. And that's also given me the confidence.
Yeah. Yay. Woohoo.
I know.
Happy dance. Awesome. Well, you actually just answered my last question, which was, would you recommend this, working with somebody like me to do this?
Yes.
Work? Yeah.
Absolutely. I have just, we've met almost once a month for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a lot of sessions.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't give it up for anything.
Yeah.
So.
Me neither. Yeah. Yay. Well, thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you. It's been such a pleasure to work with you for all this time, and to see just how things have just transformed for you and how they continue to transform, and into this life that you are. It's just so much better, and so much, again, you're able to kind of approach things in an entirely different way. So I'm so thrilled for you.
Thank you so much. Yes. Again, being able to take something yucky, find the good in it, find something to be grateful for, and move forward with it.
Yeah.
That is my Karen Lanu experience. It's been wonderful, and it's changed my life.
Yay. Thank you very much. And we'll leave it at that. I appreciate that so much. Okay. Thank you. So thanks for hanging out with Wendy and I. Isn't she absolutely delightful? So if you're ready for a transformation like Wendy's, connect with me at attractmorenow.com. What we'll do is we'll just have a chat, and let's get you started on living the life of your dreams. I look forward to talking soon.